Hi guys, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. Today we're on something a little bit different. We are on the CF Moto 650 GT. Now, one of the things that particularly made me want to try out the CF Moto is I'm quite a big follower of 44 Teeth and Baron von Grumble, and I see that they've actually been racing the CF Motos. So I thought, you know what, given the chance to take out one of these bikes, this is specifically the 650, it's a parallel twin, and it is the more sort of touring based bike with a GT. I thought I'll have a bit of that, I'll give it a go, see what I think. So let me show you around the bike. Okay, so this is what the bike looks like. Let me get up close and personal with it. So just a bit of brief information about the CF Moto brand as we pan around the bike. It is a Chinese brand. Now, I know there's a lot of stigma around Chinese motorcycles, particularly with things like electrics and stuff like that. But I think Chinese motorcycles are definitely coming on, getting better with time, and I'm not a snob. When given the opportunity to test one, I'll snatch it with both hands. Like I say, anything with two wheels and an engine, I will give it a whirl. So as I mentioned, this is the GT 650 or 650 GT. It's in black, it's got the teal shock with some teal rim tape or rim stickers just to match. Now this bike does come with the shad, I think that's how you pronounce it, shad panniers. It doesn't come with the top box, obviously it can be sourced as you can see. Now they do a bigger top box than this, but this was used as a long-term loaner and commuted on, so there was an addition of heated grips added as well, but the heated grips and the top box do not primarily come with this bike. So about the bike, it is a 650cc, it's a parallel twin, it produces a whopping 60.35 brake horsepower. Now I know compared to the likes of Suzuki SV650s and MT-07s, which are around about the 70 brake horsepower and onwards mark, it seems like it's lacking a little, but the road test will let me know whether 60 brake horsepower is enough. Let's have a look at the front. So this is what its face looks like. With it being a GT, it's got a nice tall screen on it. The lights look kind of nice. Got nice neat indicators. Twin discs. And it actually comes with Metzeler tyres, which they are the Road Tech Z8s. Got pillion grab rails, seat. Now the bike actually has a TFT display. It has a mode button, however I think it should probably be called display swap button, because that's kind of what it really functions as. It just changes the screen, as you will see when I actually ride it. Levers are adjustable. Some companies, please take note. You've got things like USB and 12 volt sockets, which is pretty nice. It's chain driven. So this bike has a 19 litre tank. It also weighs in at 218 kilograms, and it has a ridiculously low seat height of 795mm, which is hobbit height. No, I'm just kidding, but it is very suitable for people with short limbs. Right, thanks again guys for coming with me on a steady bimble with this baby CF Moto 650 GT. The universal way of getting on a bike that has panniers. Okay, so let me just see, make sure this is recording what it should be recording. Yep. Right, this is the dash. Now, as you can see, it's a TFT dash. Well done, CF Moto, a Chinese brand with a nice entry-level price, and it's got a TFT dash. Other manufacturers take note. So as you can see, you've got everything nice and clear. You've got your miles an hour, your gear indicator, you've got your revs. You've got a few bits of basic information there which you can change by pressing the select. Oh, trip and total, that changes. And then this button adjusts the lightness of the screen, which is quite nice. Here you can see it's got a sport mode. It says mode there. You press it and then it displays like a touring screen. Now, even though it says mode, it doesn't alter the fueling or anything like that. It should basically just say display, like display button, because that's what you're getting basically. But I kind of like the touring screen, so I'm going to leave it on that. This bike has got heat grips, not as standard though. These have been put on for the person that used it as a long-termer. You've got your indicators there, adjustable levers. I've adjusted them to how I want. And then just to start it, make sure the stand's up. Just push that button down. Your hazards are there, horns there. But yeah, that's kind of everything in terms of what it looks like. So as you can see, I'm low on fuel, so let's get ourselves to a petrol station and we'll go from there. Yeehaw! Jesus, I sound like Bruce. So a bit of background about CF Moto. They currently have the largest shareholdings in the Chinese market at 19.8%, I want to say. It's very close to 20% market share anyway. These guys are basically in China what Suzuki, Yamaha, Kawasaki are to us in the UK. So very, very big over there, but relatively unknown in the UK. Oh, needed a bit of clutch feathering then at very low speed in second. Now CF Moto are growing in popularity, and with big accounts like 44 Teeth covering them on the racing side of things, they are getting a bit more popular and well known. So it's a fuel injected bike. It uses Bosch electronics. Let's go. Trust the Metzeler. So yeah, CF Moto, like I say, growing in popularity. Since September they've opened up 8 new dealerships in the UK. So they're obviously doing something right. Move, bitch, get out the way. Just put a splash in, let's not go mad. Number 1. Do you know what? Walking to a petrol station, it actually looks alright. So one of CF Moto's claims to fame is that one of their bikes actually competed in the TT and placed 4th. The rider was Gary Johnson, and it was the first time a Chinese bike had actually ridden in the TT. So how much will a 650 GT set you back? These bikes retail at $5,999. but you have the on-the-road cost to factor in, which takes it to £6,150. I did inquire about things like finance on this bike and warranty periods, etc. They actually have a 4-year warranty, which I think is excellent, and also you can finance these on a 0% deal with Moto Nova. Right, so now let's just really talk about the ride and what I think. I actually commuted into work this morning on this bike. I feel like people have a lot to say about Chinese bikes, and usually it's not positive. So I wasn't really expecting anything, but I actually really found it quite pleasant. It rides comfortably. You've got a lot of wind protection from that screen. It does a bloody good job on the motorway. And also I really like the mirrors. They kind of remind me of the R1250 RS, the BMW, where the mirrors are actually like on the kind of nose fairing and not like mounted from the bars. So they feel quite far away. But also you can see loads through them. I can see like my hand and my arm, but I can also see loads to the side of it. So the forks, the monoshock and the brakes, they are all J1. I hope I've pronounced that right. J1 kind of sounds like a Spanish rapper to me. Hit it, J1. Brakes are a little bit squeaky. So the seat is pretty comfy, I have no complaints. The riding position, straight back, arms out, everything nicely in front. Mirrors, pegs are really nice as well. They're just kind of in line with my butt, so I've got a nice bend on the knee. One of the things that has caught me out on this bike a few times is when I go to stop and I put my foot down, because I'm so used to riding really tall bikes all the time, kind of like smashed my foot into the ground because I did not expect the ground to just be there. So this bike is really suited to short riders. So yeah, it's a nice touch that it comes with panniers. I'll insert a picture here to show you what it looks like without them, because I haven't taken them off. But yeah, hopefully we can get on some nice open roads and see what it's about. One of the things that I noticed as well, which I just thought was a nice little touch, was I went under a motorway bridge, and it was one of them ones that's dead long and it goes on forever, like a big old tunnel, and the screen switched, like it's got a sensor, so it inverted, so like the 33 there was like white and the background was black. And I thought, flipping heck, some leading companies in the UK like don't even have TFT dashes, never mind sensor ones that change colour and stuff. So that kind of shocked me in a good way. Let's razz it round here. So the pickup isn't massively fast on this bike. I whack it on from quite low revs in a relatively high gear, and normally some things just kind of, they're a bit slow and then they pull, but sometimes it feels like it has a bit of a flat spot, and then the power kicks in. But I feel like I only get that sensation when I've let the speed die down quite a bit and I'm still in a relatively high gear and I whack it on. I feel like it's a bit laggy. And I say that, but on the motorway it'll happily do motorway speeds onwards. Yeah, let's take this bend. Let's take this bend in a high gear. 6th gear. Do you see what I mean? I think for a cheap bike, because it is cheap, well, cheap by today's standards, I think it's pretty good. love to jump over that bridge. What do you guys think? Do any of you guys own a CF Moto or a Chinese bike for that matter? What have been your experiences with them? I mean, considering that this bike has done a whole winter in terms of commuting with the gent who was riding it, hence why they put heat grips on and a top box. Like, I think it's quite a testament to it. I expected it to be, you know, falling apart for a Chinese bike, but it isn't. Hey, I'm taking you through Wigan, home at pies. Sorry, pal. Fancy a pie? Public announcement, people of Wigan, absolutely no pies will be left in this top box overnight. I repeat, absolutely no pies will be left in this top box overnight. So yeah, CF Moto, nice first impression. I'd actually be quite interested to ride more CF Motos. Now obviously, this is just me being on it for a day. This is why I need help of people that own Chinese bikes. I need your help in the comments section. I mean, I very much imagine that if you look after it, keep it nice and dry, treat it with respect, wash it off in winter with cold water, get rid of the salt. Like, do they stand the test of time? Let me know your experiences in the comments below. Okay, so if I was to summarise my very brief riding experience on this bike, some things that I like how comfy it is. I like how I rode to work this morning. I didn't feel any pain. I felt nice and upright. I felt very in control. Another thing that I like about this bike is it's very low. So it's just one of them things when you're, you know, backing into parking spaces or doing tight turns, you're confident that you can put your foot down. That's quite nice for me as a shorty. I can imagine if you're quite tall, this is probably not suitable to you. That's just genuinely what I think. But again, never take my word for anything. Always test ride, because my experiences may differ vastly from yours. So one of the other things that I like that they've given it an effort with bits and bats. I like that they've got a screen where you can change the display on it. I like that they've got little USB and 12-volt sockets as standard. I like that it's got panniers as standard. I like that it's just quite a convenient machine. 48 Hewlett-Overton. Other things that I find impressive: 4-year warranty. Usually when companies give long warranties, it's because they are showing a significant amount of confidence in their product, and it shows that they're willing to look after the consumer. Some things that I don't like: this right now, the glare from the sun on the TFT dash is quite strong, and it does sometimes wipe out the speed. The thing that is slightly annoying is the side stand. It's one of them where if you're taking it off the side stand, you have to kind of tip the bike away from you a bit before you can kick it out. Otherwise it just kind of like jams in the ground. But again, it's just a small criticism. One of the other things is if you ride like I do, where 1 minute you're cruising along, next minute you wind it on, you know, it makes a lot of noise, but there's not much happening. But that's probably fine for most commuters, because just don't ride like a dick and you'll get on with it just fine. Right, let's get ready to whack on the power. Let's pick it up. Well, I would do if, you know, we could. struggling at 70 mile an hour. It's not struggling at all, it's handling it quite gracefully actually. So guys, I hope that you have really enjoyed this video. I'd just quickly like to say thank you very much to my channel sponsor, BikeShare. They really do support the channel. We've got some amazing things coming up in August that we're going to vlog about. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me and BikeShare popping up on your social media feeds, which is great. If you guys are looking for bike insurance, please feel free to visit my link in the description box. I know somebody that's recently used that method to get insurance, and BikeShare have actually come out like over £100 cheaper. So if you guys do try it, I really appreciate you guys giving the link a go if you are considering bike insurance. Wind it on. Enough power to get out of trouble. Keep it going round. So yeah guys, I'd just like to say thank you for tuning in. More videos to come. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so now. Hit the notification bell if you want to keep in the loop with stuff that I post. So yeah, until the next time guys, take care, ride safe.